Nick, you and your father have been out for a long time now. I wonder what you boys are getting up to. You were just meant to watch that movie today, right? I'm getting worried. Your dad hasn't messaged me either. What are you two doing at the moment?
Hey, Mom. We've been having so much fun. Today is one of the best days I've ever had. I don't want to ruin it by coming home.
What do you mean, ruin it? Home's the best place in the world, isn't it? You've got Mom here to give you all the cuddles and kisses you need.
I know, Mom. That stuff is important too, but today was just so much fun. I'm so glad we were able to stay out this late.
Well, what have you been doing anyway? You only went to watch a movie at the cinema, right? I can't imagine that a movie would take 8 hours to watch. How was it?
Mom, it was like the coolest thing ever! It had a really crazy story. The aliens had these really weird guns from an ancient civilization and stuff. They were so powerful. They made this super cool sound whenever they find them. It was like, zing, zing! It sounded like it could destroy a tank. And then they were trying to wage war on the Earth with this new technology, and the humans had to fight back. It was the craziest story, and then the main hero was actually captured by them and had to go into their ship, and then after that, you'll never believe what happened next.
Okay, slow down there, cowboy. I think I get a pretty good idea of what the movie was about. Sounds like one of those mindless action films that I told your father he's not allowed to take you to see. Looks like he's going against what I say once again. That guy never listens, does he?
Come on, Mom. Don't look down on him. He's like the coolest guy ever. I love that he lets me do this type of thing.
You think your dad is the coolest guy ever, huh? That's debatable.
What do you mean by that?
Don't worry, darling. You'll probably learn at some point in your life. So, is that what happened then? You watched this film about aliens trying to eradicate the whole human race, and you were at the cinema for 8 hours? That's what your father took time off work to do with you.
Do you have a problem with it or something? Do you want us to be at home more?
Well, no, not really. I mean, look, you're my son and everything, and I love you and all that jazz. But a girl's got her own life, right? If you ask me, I spend way too much time trying to look after you.
Ouch. That kinda hurts, Mom. It's like you don't even like me.
Yeah, well, what can I say? Girls like me hurt guys like your father. If you keep hanging around him and behaving the way he does, then you're gonna get hurt too. You gotta be a lot stronger than that, sweetie.
Okay. Anyway, we weren't watching that movie for 8 hours, Mom. We actually did a whole bunch of other stuff. After that, we went off to get some snacks. We were walking around with this banana that was dipped in chocolate. It was just so delicious. Dad then found this place that has laser tag. You're in this underground area and you run around this maze trying to shoot each other. I got Dad so many times, but he's also really good. He was always hiding in the weirdest places. I could never find him, and then he would come out of nowhere. I think at one point he actually dropped from the ceiling or something. He really got into it.
Oh, really? So your father is acting immature as usual, huh? That doesn't surprise me, to be honest. I can see him right now. You'd think the man was still 10 years old.
Don't talk about him that way, Mom. It's like you hate him or something.
Hate him? I couldn't possibly hate him. Think about all the money he has. Look at the life he's provided me with. I would be seriously stepping out of line if I actually hated the guy.
Okay, Mom. Well, that's good to hear. So it means that you like him.
That's also a little bit of an overstatement. I tolerate him. I guess that's the perfect phrase for it. Toleration. I tolerate your father and all of his embarrassingly unattractive qualities.
Why do you talk about him that way? I think Dad is the coolest guy on the planet.
Do you really think your dad is the coolest guy there is? You really have the wool pulled over your eyes, don't you, Nick? There are a lot of cooler guys out there. Like, just think about it. Look at all the awesome jobs that they have out there. You could be a fireman, you could be a police officer. And you know what? Before your mom met your dad, she was hanging around a bunch of guitarists, guys in bands. Now they led a really cool lifestyle. They were exciting. Your dad is a different breed of guy. He's more like white bread. So, bland and normal. You want the bread that has all the nice, yummy candy on it. The sugary stuff. The things that excite you, right?
I guess.
Don't you ever look up to people like that?
What do you mean? I like Dad for who he is. I always have a fun time with him.
Okay, yeah, but you had that friend the other day, right? He came with his father and your mother got a good opportunity to size up the goods. I think he was a fireman. He was wearing those sexy overalls that was fitted, tied around his chest. Oh, I swear he could have tensed and it would have snapped.
Oh, you're talking about that guy. I mean, yeah, sure, being a fireman is awesome and everything. It's definitely a cool job, but I still see Dad as the coolest guy on the planet. I don't care about the job he does. I just care about who he is as a person.
Do you really? Now, I wonder if you'd be saying that type of thing if I chose the fireman for a partner. Now, that would have been a different story, huh? Imagine how awesome life would be if I had someone jumping into danger every day. I'd have to be on my toes, wondering if he was ever going to come back. Now, that type of suspense is exhilarating.
I don't like the way you're talking right now. It's almost as if you want me to hate Dad or something. Like I'm not allowed to like him. Him and I are having a really good day together. I think you wouldn't be saying these things if you actually came with us.
Are you kidding me right now? Me? Come with you guys? What a laugh. Oh, listen, darling, my time is very precious to me. I'm not going to waste it being a 10-year-old boy running around with a fake gun. I don't care how bright the lasers are or how many little sounds the guns make. That type of stuff does not interest me.
Okay, Mom, whatever. You're just so boring sometimes.
Well, don't forget that I'm a girl. I don't do the type of stuff that you rascals get up to.
Yeah, I know. You just sit around all day staring at yourself in the mirror, putting on your makeup for hours on end. Then you're on the phone to your friends, cackling about some crappy TV drama that you guys have watched recently.
Are you actually trying to put me down right now? That's what my kid is doing, isn't he? Looking down on me for my habits and what I enjoy doing with my life. Well, let me tell you right now, Nick, if you were a girl, you would completely understand where I'm coming from. We have needs, okay? The same way that you need to hold a gun and pretend that you're shooting your own father, I need to look in that mirror and see an absolute goddess. So don't look down on me for it.
Yeah, okay, Mom, whatever.
Anyway, instead of sitting there insulting me, how about you tell me what you and your father are up to? He and I have a lot to talk about when he gets home.
What do you mean by that?
Well, let's just say that your father is slacking in a lot of different departments. Sure, I'll admit that he's a decent guy. He's got a decent enough job and he earns money for this family. But there's a whole lot of other things that he needs to work on. And let me tell you, your mom's quite high up there on the hierarchy. Not every guy is going to be able to get a gal like your mom. He's going to have to work for her, even at my age. So let your dad know that he's in for a whole lot of trouble when he gets back here.
Oh, come on, Mom. Do you really have to ruin the mood like that? I'm pretty sure Dad's having a good time with me. Don't get angry at him for something.
Yeah, well, when you're an adult one day and you're in a marriage, you'll understand where I'm coming from. If you don't get angry at your partner every now and then, all hell breaks loose. But enough of that. You know what you have to do. Whatever nonsense you and your father are up to, it needs to end now. You need to come home.
Come on, Mom, are you serious right now? He and I were thinking about going to the bowling alley right after this.
The bowling alley? No way! I'm not letting that happen. You and your dad will be there for hours. I don't even know if you'll come home before I go to sleep. Do you have any idea how important the thing that your father and I need to argue about is?
Not really, to be honest. You and him are always arguing about the stupidest stuff. I remember the day that you accused him of having a girl over. You found a piece of clothing and tried to say it was some girl's, but it ended up just being a piece of clothing that you bought and forgot about.
Hey, that's not right. That right there was no stupid argument. I don't care if I was wrong. It doesn't mean that your father is in the clear. I know something's up. You can look at him as if he's the coolest father in the whole wide world and all that crap. But one day you're going to see him for his true colors. He's not as great as you think he is.
Are you serious about that, Mom?
I'm dead serious. Hurry along and get your butts back into this house.
Okay, we're coming. He just bought the bowling shoes and everything. We were really excited to play. I don't care what you say about Dad, Mom. I think he's the coolest guy in the whole world. It doesn't matter what type of job a guy has. He could be a police officer, a firefighter, he could be in the army, or even a surfer. Dad's always going to be cooler than any other guy out there. When I grow up, I want to be exactly like him.
Paging uninspiring husband. Paging uninspiring husband! What the hell do you think you're doing right now? Don't you realize that I've been trying to contact you? I know that you're blatantly ignoring my calls. Don't think I haven't realized. Well, if it isn't my lovely wife, Krista. Thank you for the kind words. Knowing the condition that I'm in, you thought you would send me a text, right? That really shows how much you care about me.
What are you talking about right now?
Is that actually sarcasm that I detect? Are you actually trying to be snarky with me right now? You know how much I hate that crap, right? I've already gone through the whole list of things that I find incredibly unattractive about you, Michael. I'm pretty sure being a sarcastic loser is quite close to the top. It's one of the biggest things that turns me off about you. I know. I already know about the million different things that I could do to make you complain about me, Krista. I know that by the mere fact that I am alive and breathing is something for you to complain about. You don't need to tell me any more than you have so far. Well, clearly I do, because it hasn't gotten through your head, has it? I mean, think about it. How annoying is that snarky attitude of yours? And you've been persisting with it ever since you and I got married. It's absolutely infuriating. I know, and I love you too. Anyway, you're not going to show me any sympathy at all? You don't have anything to say about what happened.
What are you talking about?
Say what about what? Come on, Krista, don't start with that. Are you actually being genuine with me right now? Are you actually passing off what happened like it was just another day or something? Well, I'll be able to answer that question the moment you stop trying to dance around the issue. Just tell me what's on your mind and I can tell you exactly what I hate about you. I wasn't hoping that you would say things that you hate about me, but okay. Clearly you've forgotten something that only happened a couple of hours ago. But I'm in the hospital right now, yeah? Okay. Yes, you're right. You are in the hospital. And I had a serious injury because of you and our son. Yes, I know. And I'm in pain. Yeah, okay. And what? Why are you trying to state the obvious right now? You know, I'm not the type of person who likes their time being wasted, Michael. Stop talking in this irritating, ambiguous way. There's that attitude again. So you clearly don't feel sorry about what happened, right? I don't know why I even bother. Like, I want to sit here and blame you for everything that happened, but it's kind of my fault, isn't it? I'm the idiot for expecting you to actually feel remorse for doing something that put me in the hospital. Why am I thinking in such a stupid way? I'm not married to a normal person. It's you. What do you mean it's me? Are you actually trying to sit there and say that something is wrong with me? Don't you dare start on that one. I've got a whole list of things that you could do better. Yeah, well, Krista, you like to sit there and put me down all the time. I think you need to be told a couple of things or two. It's good to get humbled every now and then. The fact of the matter is that you failed to take accountability.
What did you just say?
Yeah, I mean, it's quite clear that you don't feel sorry about what you did to me, which means that you don't think you were in the wrong.
Well, of course I wasn't in the wrong. You're the one that was clumsy, right?
I was clumsy, huh? I'm telling you right now, there are a lot of people that have a hot temper, and you're lucky I'm not one of them. If it were any other person, I'm pretty sure they'd be severely insulted by what you just said.
But that's just the truth, right? You were stupid enough to actually fall over. That's your fault.
Actually, no. I beg to differ. I don't think it's my fault at all. Considering everything I had to do and how much my hands were full, it's perfectly understandable why I fell the way I did.
Well, yeah, it's because you're clumsy. You're just some dude that works in a corporate office all day. You're not used to how the world actually is. You're not used to a natural environment.
Is that what you call that abomination of a house that we have? Is that a natural environment? Look at all the crap that we have lying around the place. There's nothing about that that's natural.
Don't start about the mess in the house. You and I both know that you're the reason for it being that way.
Okay, and I'm also the one to blame for all the clothes that were littered about our room. You know, I was sorting out those clothes, piling them up one by one into a pile. Not one of those was mine. Every single item there was yours.
Yeah, and so what? I was waiting for you to get around to actually cleaning that up.
Why is that my responsibility, Krista? Why is the housework and work itself left up to me? You're the one with the free time.
Well, if you actually cleaned up a little bit more, you wouldn't have had that little slip that you had today, would you? Don't start blaming me for what happened.
Honestly, there's no getting through to you, is there? The fact that we've been married this long and we still have an argument about something as fundamental as this is amazing to me. Look, Krista, I've told you on multiple occasions that I do not have the time to go out there and buy a laundry basket. I'm relying on you to do that. And not only am I relying on you to do that, I also need you to do the laundry as well. You've got so much time on your hands. There's really no excuse for why you can't do it.
Well, there is an excuse. My time is more valuable than yours is. I actually have things to do, you know. My life consists of important things that are way more interesting than doing something as mundane as laundry.
Okay. And those things that you get to do in your life are thanks to who exactly? Me, isn't it? I'm the one providing the money for you to have all those fun activities with your friends. In fact, if you want to keep doing this type of thing, how about you just get your friends to come over and clean up for us?
Oh, wow. You really do amaze me, don't you, Michael? I mean, there you go. There's another thing that I can add to the list of things that turn me off about you on an instinctive level. Why the hell would it be their responsibility to clean our house? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. You should be the one taking up responsibility and actually doing it.
Why the hell should it be me, Krista? It doesn't make sense.
Well, why should it be me?
Okay, well, take a look at what you do on a daily basis. You wake up and sleep in until it's well into the day. I think it almost hits 12, and that's around the time that you wake up.
Yeah, a girl needs her beauty sleep. Is that such a bad thing? Don't get at me for that.
Be that as it may, what do you do after that? You get yourself cleaned up and start doing your makeup. You do that for about 2 hours.
I know being professional takes time. I actually appreciate my good looks. Is that such a bad thing?
Well, yeah, it doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, you go out of your way to put on all that makeup and it's for what?
I go out with my friends, don't I? Do you really want me to look like some ugly goblin that guards a bridge or something? You should have a little more respect for your wife than that.
Well, I'm not saying that you should go out there ugly, but it doesn't make sense to me if you're putting makeup on and you're not even going out in the first place.
What do you mean I'm not going out?
Well, think about it. You know exactly what I mean. There's days where you don't go outside, right? What's the point of you being at home putting on makeup?
What? I like to see a pretty face whenever I look in the mirror.
Is that a crime to you, Michael? Should I go to jail for that? Jeez, you're so petty. I'm saying it's an unnecessary waste of time. All I want you to understand is that this is a team effort. We're a family. We're meant to be doing things that are selfless, that care about their family. It's not just about you anymore. So I think with all that time you have to put on your makeup, and the fact that it accounts for nothing, means that you have time to do the laundry. I've already told you this argument many times in the past, and if you actually just listened to me, something like this wouldn't have happened today. Like I said, this isn't my fault. It's your fault. You're the one that should be on top of things in the first place. I'm sick of you saying that. Here I am in the hospital with a broken arm because you and our son are lazy. How the hell are we lazy? Oh, come on. Do I really need to remind you? Look, I was picking up your clothes and putting them into that massive pile, right? Something that you were meant to do, by the way. I've asked you on multiple occasions to buy a laundry basket, which you've had plenty of time to buy in the past and just refused to do so. Because of that, I've had to pile up all the clothes into a big mountain and carry it out there myself. Yeah, and you know what? You're finally doing your job, and it's about time too. So as I'm carrying this massive mountain of clothes, I can't actually see what's on the ground. Our son, being just as messy as you, decides to leave his skateboard lying around the house, and I actually step on the thing. Because of that, the board shoots forward and I fall backward. I'm holding all these clothes, but I need to save myself somehow. So I put my arms out to do something, and I actually end up fracturing it. Now I'm in the hospital in the state I'm in. Okay, and what point are you trying to make here? Well, the point I'm trying to make here is that I've incurred serious injuries and no one, not you or our son, wants to apologize for it. Because there's nothing to apologize for. That's entirely your fault. How about you just be a man and take responsibility for once? You seriously did not just say that to me. Like, really, Krista? If any other person was listening to what you're saying right now, they'd call you delusional. I don't know about that, to be honest, Michael. I've already told my girlfriends about what happened, and they clearly see you in the wrong. Me? How the hell does this make me in the wrong? Well, you're a bad husband. I'm a what now? Yeah, that's right. You're a bad husband. Think about it. Here I am, absolutely starving, all alone in this big house. Just waiting for my husband to come home already and cook me a meal. And you're just lounging about in that hospital. Are you mentally there, Krista? My damn arm is broken. Well, a real man would be able to cook with one arm, wouldn't he? I'm sorry, what? I've had this crazy thing happen to me, and you're still going to sit there and demand I do these things for you? Just when will it end? I've got you walking around with my card, touching on every terminal that catches your eye, and you still demand things from me? You should have known what you were getting yourself into, Michael. If you wanted a hot, amazing girl like me, then this is the price you have to pay. You've got to treat me like the queen. You've got to make me feel special. And right now, you're not making me feel special. As usual. You're just making more excuses, which is also another thing that's near the top of that list. Look at the mess I've gotten myself into. Why has it come to this? Oh, come on. Don't tell me. Are you actually going to sit there and start feeling sorry for yourself? Are you going to start having a cry, Michael? Jeez. I really am married to a female, aren't I? Well, what? Am I not allowed to feel bad for the situation I'm in right now? Look at the type of family I have. I mean, it used to be good. It used to be really good, actually. I had the house in really good order and there wasn't any mess anywhere. It was perfectly clean. There's no way in hell I would have seen your son's skateboard lying around for anyone to step on and hurt themselves. I didn't see your clothes around the place either. Yeah, you know what that means. It just shows that you could do your job back then, couldn't you? That means there's no excuse for why you can't do it now. Well, actually, that wasn't me to begin with. Do you really think that I was the one that was cleaning the place up? I was as busy back then as I am now. I didn't have the time for that stuff. I actually got the boy onto it.
Hold on. That's right. I completely forgot about that.
Of course you did. I remember that you were trying so hard to mentally turn him into a female. What did you just say? Turn him into a female? What nonsense are you going on about?
Oh, come on, Michael. Don't sit there and try to pretend you weren't doing otherwise. You and I both know that's what you were up to.
No, it wasn't. That wasn't my intention at all, and it doesn't make sense anyway. How does doing house chores make you a female?
Well, think about it. That's all the stuff that the girls should be doing. That's their work. That's not something a champion like my son should do. I'm not going to subject him to something so feminine.
Is that honestly the logic you're going to give me right now? You're going to tell me that boys should be doing something masculine and girls should be doing something that's feminine? Like cleaning?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Well, look, honey, I know you're going to get into another one of those rages that you love getting into, but let me shed a little bit of truth on that for you. If you really believe in what you say and you think that the girls should be the ones cleaning, then why are you trying to make me clean? Why aren't you the one that's cleaning?
I cannot believe you would actually ask me something so stupid. Are you deliberately trying to annoy me or something? Don't ask me something as dumb as that again.
Well, what's wrong, Krista? You're at a loss for words or something? You just realized that you're a hypocrite, didn't you? You just realized that you're the one that should be cleaning.
Actually, no. I'm just dumbfounded that I have to explain something so simple to you. Think about what I said, Michael. I said that the girls should do the cleaning. Did I say that women should be doing it? No. I'm a woman. In fact, not only that, I'm the queen. You never see the queen clean, do you? I should have everything done for me.
I should have known that you would have brought out some ridiculous reason like that. So why do you push the cleaning onto me then? I'm assuming you want the male to do the work, right? To bring in the money. So why am I the one that's cleaning as well?
Because you're not even a real man.
How the hell am I not a real man? What does that even mean?
Well, you're just so lame. Think about what you've been doing every day, ever since you and I got married. You wake up in the morning, you put on that tie, and then you have the biggest, most stupid smile on your face as you make your way to that company. And then what happens there? You just spend the whole day basically licking some other guy's shoes, hoping that he's going to give you a promotion at some point. Then you come home, have your dinner, and then you go to bed. Like, is this someone that has an inspiring lifestyle? Is that someone that I'm meant to genuinely be attracted to?
So that's what this is about, is it? It's about my work. You think that just because I do this type of work, that instantly means that I'm not an attractive person?
Well, it's not just the work, but yeah, that's the main thing.
Well, you do realize that the work brings in the money, right? All the family trips that we get to go on and all the fancy places that we get to go to. That's all thanks to me working hard. And you're not going to give me any respect for that.
Well, no, because that's just like the bare minimum.
Guess I should just quit my job then. That's going to solve all the issues. I quit my job and I stop being such a lame person. If I do that, then all of a sudden my family's going to start respecting me and I'm no longer considered the lame dad.
Well, look, it's not just that. I mean, it's just who you are in general. Like, think about it. Would a real man actually be damaged by that skateboard? Would he actually break his bone, go to the hospital, and then have a cry about it afterwards?
I'm not crying about this. I'm defending myself on the fact that you guys caused this to happen.
Michael, come on. You're crying like you're 6 years old still.
Get over it! It's a broken bone!
It's not the end of the world.
Okay, well, somehow I'm going to have to keep up the same amount of work efficiency that I have with one hand. It's not the end of the world, but you and our son have definitely caused an unnecessary nuisance upon me.
There you go again. Work, work, work.
Honestly, you should be grateful that I'm still married to you. I'm basically doing a charity service at this point. That's some charity service you have where you use my credit card to buy whatever you want. I gotta say, Krista, I'm really glad something like this has happened. All of this has given me an opportunity to talk about what's been going on. What do you mean? What's been going on? You mean us? You want to talk about how much of an unattractive husband you are? Enough of that. All of that is petty compared to what the real problem is. I'm talking about our son. I'm talking about Nick. What about him? Well, look at his attitude towards me. As the years have gone by, he's just growing more and more antagonistic towards me. It's like he hates me from the bottom of his core. He despises me even. Yeah, well, it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? His dad is a yes man. Is anyone meant to respect that? Well, let me tell you this, Krista. It never used to be this way. When he was still just a little kid in elementary school, him and I had a blast. We were always having fun with each other. He would often call me number one dad. Can you believe that this is a kid that actually explicitly says that his dad is number one? That's pretty rare. Doesn't sound so rare to me, to be honest. Well, I'm telling you right now, it is. We had a really good relationship, but as the years go by, he just gets worse and worse. It's gotten to the point where he doesn't make eye contact with me unless he's giving me the stink eye. That's because everything you say gets on his nerves. What do you mean it gets on his nerves? I'm not saying anything annoying. I've even asked him the most basic, friendliest questions, like if he wants anything from the shop, and he still gives me that stink eye. I can't help but feel like there's some weird brainwashing going on here. I can't help but feel like you've been saying something to him. Whatever, Michael. This is just you being self-conscious about yourself. You're trying to insinuate that I've been telling him something, right? Like I've been trying to turn him against you? As if. Even if I wanted that to happen, I don't need to do anything. It's just going to happen naturally. What do you mean? What I'm saying is that on an objective level, you are detestable. You are the type of person that people don't want to be around. Can you blame your kid for hating you over the years? Think about it. He's growing older and he's becoming more aware of how the world works. He's understanding what's going on around him. More and more, he's realizing how much of a little girl his dad is, and he's seeing all the cool guys that actually exist out there. Don't blame him for feeling distant from you. It's your fault for not becoming someone that's actually exciting. I don't see the logic in any of this. You're saying that I'm lame. You're saying that I'm boring. What do you want me to do? I don't know. Take a look at my past boyfriends. They're pretty wild, right? I've already talked about them at length. I'm pretty sure you know who I'm referring to. Come on, Krista, please don't start on your past boyfriends. Is that the type of person you want me to be? You enjoy using my money, right? Me being a dirtbag guy who speaks like he only has 4 brain cells and is working at maximum capacity isn't going to ensure that I keep my job. I'm going to be hated by the people around me. Trust me, babe, you're already hated by everyone around you. You really don't respect me at all, do you, Krista? Not really. At the end of the day, you're getting a really good deal out of this. It doesn't matter how much money you have, Michael. The fact of the matter is, I'm more of a catch than you are. I just know that every night you're sitting there wondering if something horrible is going to happen and I actually decide to divorce you. Well, if you don't keep on your toes, then that might be a possibility. You really like to treat yourself like we aren't equals, don't you, Krista? Like you're always above me. You know what? If you had a little bit of respect for me and the things that I do, I would have gone home and cooked something, even with this one hand I have. It'd be a good sign of love. But after what you've said to me tonight, you can get screwed. Go get yourself Uber Eats. What did you just say to me? Don't you dare order me around. And you know how much I hate the Uber Eats in this area. It's disgusting. You come home and cook me a meal right now. You're my slave. You're meant to serve me. Do you really want this divorce? Do you really want that to happen?
Answer me, Michael!
Hey, champion. How are you? I gotta be honest, I was expecting a message from you a lot earlier than now. It's a bit hurtful that your mother and you have decided to just leave me in the dark and not even visit me in the hospital. That's alright. I still love you guys. At the end of the day, you're still my family. Especially you. I know that we've had some issues between us, but you are probably going through some sort of phase at the moment where you really don't want to respect your father. But that's fine. It doesn't matter because we're going to bruise through this and I still love you at the end of the day. What the hell is wrong with you, Dad? Why are you giving me this weird sappy story about how you feel? I don't care. Don't you dare call me champion like we're close buds or something. Do you think being called champion by a guy like you makes me feel good about myself? Of course not. At this point, I'd rather someone like Mom come up and say that to me. You still have a lot of hatred towards me, don't you? That's alright. I'll bear it as much as I can. I have to say that I'm really sad about where our lives have ended up. What do you mean? Well, I'm really sad about what we used to have, Nick. I mean, even you must admit that we used to be a lot closer than this. Now, whenever we have a conversation with each other, you always treat me like I'm scum. You treat me like I'm the worst thing to ever exist. Yeah, well, sorry, Dad. I'm not a little kid anymore. I'm not a little kid who likes to mess around and be a loser, pretending that my dad's the coolest guy that exists out there when he really isn't. Why would you say something like that, Nick? What changed your opinion of me? Maybe the simple fact that I just understood what was going on? I mean, Mom was right about you all this time. You really are just a bland guy walking around in a gray suit, blending in with all the other suits that work alongside you. There's nothing special about you people. There's nothing daring, nothing cool. Don't blame me if I don't care about a dad who doesn't have any positive qualities. You know your father hasn't been this way forever. You don't think I've had my moments of being a little bit dangerous? Tales of living on the wild side? Trust me, I was a kid at one stage too. And much like you, I used to skateboard. Let me tell you now, I was a lot better than you are, so don't go thinking that you're this really cool kid who's wicked on a skateboard. Even to this day, I could probably humble you. Yeah, whatever, Dad. Stop making me laugh right now. If you're as good as you say you are, you wouldn't have tripped on that skateboard, right? I'm glad you brought that up. Do you feel like apologizing anytime soon? No. Just like your mother, I guess. You both look at this as my fault, huh? There's not much we can do about that. Yeah, whatever, Dad. Why are you messaging me right now? What do you want from me? Well, look. I just wanted to let you know that I'm fine. But considering you didn't message me and are giving me the attitude that you have now, you probably don't really care about me in the first place. Also, your mom told me about this surfing thing that you're interested in. Oh yeah, totally. I'm just so pumped to actually get into that. It all looks so awesome. I really want to be a good surfer. Have you been looking at some instructors? Of course, of course. I mean, I've been doing it with one hand, so it isn't exactly easy. But I've been looking at what we have in this area. Your mother and I are conflicted about who we should choose, though. What do you mean? It shouldn't be that hard, right? Just choose the guy that you think is the coolest. I think your mom has the same opinion on that. Eventually, she and I are going to reach a resolution about who we should pick, but until then, just wait a little bit longer, okay? Alright, Dad, whatever. Just get me a good instructor and I might actually think you're cool for once. Krista, look. I looked at the guy you recommended for Nick, and I'm really not sure about this, to be honest. I mean, is this really the best we can get? I took a look at all the other instructors we have in this area, and I think we might be making a bad decision here.
Why? This one's a no-brainer, right? You can tell that this is the one that stands out the most. He's going to be perfect to teach our son how to surf. There's no one better than him. You have to choose him.
Okay, but can I just bring up a couple of things that you might not have realized? Have you actually seen the history of the other surfers? They're quite impressive. A couple of them have actually won medals in the Olympics. They've placed in a lot of tournaments that are held worldwide. Their professional careers and the number of achievements they have are just outstanding. I really think that our son will get a lot out of the time he spends with them.
Okay, I hear what you're saying right now. But why wouldn't the person that I choose do that? He's a professional surfer as well. He's more than capable of doing that type of thing well.
How can I put it? The person that you chose doesn't really have anything that stands out on paper. He doesn't really have many accolades to his name, and he's definitely participated in some tournaments, but he didn't exactly win, did he? Not only that, but take a look at the price of this guy. He's significantly higher than all the other instructors. Do you really think that he's the best choice for our son? I feel like we'd get more value for our money if we went with one of the other instructors. I mean, take a look at their bios. They seem like really humble guys who just want to teach people how to be really skilled surfers. It's almost as if they don't care about the money to begin with.
Oh my god, I can't believe I have to go through this conversation with you again! Like, honestly, do you come from a different planet or something? Michael, why does all of this have to be such a big drama with you?
What do you mean, drama? I'm just trying to make you see reason. Like, think about it. We have to pay these people for their time, and I don't want that time to be wasted. I'm not so sure about the guy that you recommended.
Well, why? Why don't you see the good things about him? Is it because I chose him? You just want to have something that you can use against me, isn't it? That's really petty, Michael.
Obviously, that's not the way I've been thinking. This is our son's hobby. This is something that he's going to be doing for a long time, hopefully. I want him to have the best experience that he can from it.
Yeah, and for that reason, we're going to go with this guy. Look, I took a good look at the other surfers, and what the hell? What's so interesting about them in the first place? A lot of them are old. Some of them are bald. They all look so boring. And look at how skinny they are, too. They don't exactly look like they have that surfer's body, do they?
Well, I mean, the older you get, the leaner you get, right? They're starting to lose their muscle tone and everything. But we're not really after how they look, are we? We're after their knowledge. I'm pretty sure it'd be really hard for them to rip it on a surfboard now, but they still remember what it was like. They still have a lot to teach.
Yeah, I don't know. They just don't look cool to me. They don't look like the type of thing that our son is going after. I think he actually wants someone that's awesome to be around. Some guy that he could look up to. A real man's man, you know? Not one of these old decrepit fools that probably can't even stand on the board anymore.
Well, you're wrong about that. Physical capability is going to be important. And I really wouldn't look down on their knowledge. I mean, are we going to hire a guy so that he can be the one that's surfing all the time? We want Nick on the board, not the instructor himself.
I hear what you're saying right now, Michael, and it just seems stupid. Nick isn't going to want to hang around some old boring man. We've already got enough evidence of that from how he interacts with you. He's got enough old boring man at home. With that being the case, this young, sexy Greek god is probably the best option that we have. Like, how can you not see what I see? This guy's a real good catch, and you don't want to recognize that.
All right, well, I'm not going to lie. I'll be honest and say that he definitely has the looks. But does that really count for surfing? I care about his actual practical skill and his experience.
What you care about is just dullness, actually. You know what? I'm not going to argue about this, Michael. At the end of the day, who's the one with the credit card? Who's the one that has control of the finances? It's me, isn't it? So I'm the one that gets to choose. So you can sit there and get all sulky about the fact that I didn't choose the ones you wanted. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be making the proper decision that our son can be happy with. He's going to be very happy with this saucy man teaching him every week.
Clearly we care about different things, right? I thought the whole point of hiring an instructor was so that they can teach them to be really good, not just be a buddy that they can hang around with. But fine, whatever. I guess that's the way it's going to be. We're going to hire this young surfer, Blake. Let's just hope he can teach my boy to surf those waves. Hey, Blake. This is Michael. I'm still in the hospital at the moment, so I haven't had the chance to meet you. You've been teaching my son for a while now. I just want to know how everything's going.
Oh, hey man. Michael, was it? Yeah, it's so cool to finally get in touch with you, man. Little Nick is doing really well. You'd be really proud of him. His progress is amazing. You got a really talented kid right here. I wouldn't be surprised if he was as good as me one day.
You really think so, Blake? Is that really the impression you got of him?
Yeah, it's just like anyone that's been in the sport for a really long time would see it, man. He's got talent. All you gotta do is just fine-tune it, polish it. Make sure he's got the experience out there on the waves, and I'm telling you right now, he could probably be a champion if he wanted to.
Okay, well, I applaud the optimistic attitude. At the same time, Blake, I've looked at a couple of the videos that you've been showing me. I mean, it doesn't look like he's doing much surfing, does it? It looks like he's just hanging out. Do you guys actually get into a training routine?
Well, for sure, man, of course. I mean, we've got a little bit of downtime as well. A little bit of a chit-chat is necessary for him to get into the mindset to absorb what I have to teach him. Don't look down on the conversation part of my coaching. It's very important.
Okay, well, I saw the full-length video of you and your teaching, and I was skipping through the sections of the video. I tried to find the part where you guys actually surf. It looks like he went to paddle out into the water and stood up once. He failed to balance and fell off. He did that once in an hour. Do you really think that he used that time appropriately to get better at surfing?
Look, bro, it's all just baby steps. You can't rush this type of thing. I mean, he's not going to be a whiz kid within a day, you know? It's going to be cumulative and stuff.
Okay, well, I agree with that. He's already been meeting you several times a week for a couple of weeks now, right? I thought he would at least be able to stand on the board.
Hey, man, your perspective on it is just totally off, man. Think about a baby. A newborn baby's not going to get out of the room and start walking around. It's the same way we can't expect him to just stand on that board. He's still got his jelly legs, man. Give him a bit more time to get comfortable with it, okay?
If you say so. I noticed my wife is quite fond of you as well. She says that you two have been meeting up after the sessions.
Oh, totally, man. Like, sometimes the little one needs to go out there on his own, you know? I can't be over his shoulder all the time. I'm totally like a therapist for your wife. I hear all the problems and what she thinks about her own son.
Really now? All of her problems? Okay then, Blake. Well, thank you for the update. I hope you and I can meet in person at some point.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Like, totally. That would be awesome. You should totally sign up for my coaching as well. I could make you into the next champion if you put your mind to it.
Well, I have to say, you really work fast, don't you, Krista? It hasn't been more than a month, right? Despite that, you're already putting this on me.
Oh, it's you. What do you want from me? I hate getting a message from you because it's never anything positive. It always ruins my day.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure you put this divorce letter on the table to ruin my day. So I guess we're even.
What the hell? What are you talking about? Are you already out of the hospital? I thought you were going to stay there forever.
What do you mean forever? Did you think I was going to die from that thing or something? It was just a bone fracture. Anyway, so what's going on right now? You actually want a divorce, do you?
That's right. I'm finally getting a divorce from you. It's been a long time coming, you know. There was a part of me that felt like I was making a mistake when I decided to marry you. I mean, it just seemed like the logical decision at the time. But something in my heart said it was wrong. You were going to be earning a lot of money, and I could feel that. I knew it was going to happen, but I also knew that you were really boring. I knew you wouldn't offer me any excitement in my life.
But the objective thing was to marry you. So I did. But now I'm getting in touch with my senses. I'm realizing that I can't be with a guy who just creeps me out on all levels. I want to be with a guy who's actually interesting and awesome. I want to be with someone who's doing exciting things in his life.
You want to be with someone like Blake?
I want to be with someone like what the hell? How did you know?
Come on. Do you really think I wouldn't put two and two together? Even if I hadn't come home to the smell of wet, damp surfing gear littered around the place, I could already tell. Look at the way he's been talking about you and the way you've been talking about him. Even an idiot can see what's going on. You only chose that instructor because you thought he was hot, right? You just wanted a different guy to move on to.
Bingo! But you know what? I did it for our son as well. Nick absolutely adores the guy. He thinks he's amazing.
Does he really now?
Yeah. Think about the type of life Blake has. He goes out there, he surfs, he does something wild, and when he finishes his day, he goes out partying. He goes for a drink. He actually enjoys himself. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that something that you want to be a part of? Not like you. The most amount of excitement we can achieve with you is a little bit of surprise during dinner. Maybe we're not having lasagna for dinner. Maybe we order Domino's instead. Wow, that came out of the blue. It's not like that hasn't happened a million times before.
You sound really angry about this. So, you've made your decision then? You're really sure about this?
I sure am. And I've already discussed this with Nick, too. He thinks Blake is a perfect substitute for a father. He said that Blake is already 10 times cooler than you, and let me tell you, damn, that's gotta hurt.
Maybe at one point in time it would. In the past, I've definitely felt really attached to my son. He meant more to me than anything else in the world. But with the way he's been talking to me lately, I just can't look at him as someone I can love unconditionally. If he feels like he wants a new father, that's fine. I guess it's time for me to move on too.
Look at you, sitting there acting all sad. You really are miserable, aren't you?
Do you really think this is the best option for you, though, Krista? Do you really trust this Blake guy? I know how you are with your spending habits and the type of house you want to live in. But do you really think he's going to offer you what I've offered you up until now?
You really don't get it, do you? Take a look at a guy like Blake. I'm not the only one using his coaching service. He makes a lot of money from that. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that he earns more than you. We're literally losing nothing by making this decision. Being with Blake is positive after positive.
Well, it's interesting to see that you're very confident in your decision. I guess that's it then. You're going to run off with Blake.
I sure am. And don't you come crying to me saying you want me back. I know how much of a great girl I am, but I'm way out of your league now.
Dad! 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 Oh my God, please answer me! Please talk to me! What's going on, Nick? You sound like you're in a panic. I'm in more than a panic. I have no idea what's going to happen to my life from this point on. What are you talking about? It's that guy, Blake. I can't believe the type of lifestyle he has. I can't believe Mom was stupid enough to actually follow him. It looks like things aren't working out the way you and your mother thought they would, huh? Let me know what's going on. You're not going to believe it, Dad. Mom was under the impression that Blake was earning a lot of money. She thought that just because he was a really good-looking guy with laid-back charm that he'd have heaps of clients coming in. It turns out he's not a great coach at all. No one's paying for his service. Well, that much is obvious, isn't it? You could tell just by his history and even the lessons that he's been having with you that no one would use that service for long. I'm pretty sure the only people that pay for it are thirsty people like your mother. You're not wrong about that, Dad. It's always these weird older women that are going after this guy. And I gotta tell you right now, it's not a lot of them either. He doesn't get paid much and he lives like a hobo. A hobo? Yeah, like the guy walks around being perfectly comfortable with begging for food. He gets what he's been given and then he spends the rest of his day just surfing. Honestly, Dad, he's not even that good at it. It looks like he's drunk when he does it. He's constantly falling off. You know what? I could have expected as much from a guy like Blake. It didn't seem like he was truly that skillful at what he did. And look, that's not the worst of it. The fact of the matter is that Mom thought it was a smart idea to move in with this guy. Do you know what type of place we're living in? I'm not sure, really. Maybe a really small apartment? Of course not. At this point, a small apartment would be a blessing for me. We actually have to live in his van. Can you believe that, Dad? It's torture. I think it's against human rights. It certainly would be hard living in a van with just the three of you. That's a very cramped space right there. You better hope none of you are farting during the night. Come on, Dad, don't make fun of this. This is horrible. I can't live my life like this. I gotta get away from this. Mom's gotta get away from him. She told me to talk to you. She said that I was the only one that would be able to appeal to you. She wants you to take us back. She apologizes for everything. She'll be the best wife ever. She said she'll never complain about a thing again. We can go back to being a happy family and I can love you and respect you just like I used to when I was a kid. You really are naive, aren't you, Nick? Do you really think that your mother and yourself could treat me the way you did and expect to come back into my life again? That's not how these things work. That boat has already sailed. You don't just walk back into my life again. Come on, Dad, don't say that. We're your family. You can't just cast us out. Well, what I'm saying is that even if I wanted to do something, I can't. I don't even live there anymore. What did you just say? Yeah, I'm overseas right now. I'm actually living my life. I don't know what's going to happen to you and your mother, but I can only wish you the best. Have a good life. Come on, Dad, don't say that. I meant to be your kid, right? You don't just cast me out like this. Where are you? Are you traveling the world? If you are, you've got to bring me with you. That sounds like a lot of fun. I'd really enjoy that. Please, Dad, I'm begging you. Take me with you. Please. My son could beg and beg all he wanted. It wouldn't change my direction in life. I had already cast my family out a long time ago. I put up with my wife hating me for our entire marriage. The love for my son was enough to keep me around. Unfortunately, she brainwashed him against me, and little by little, my tolerance was wearing thin. When I realized that both of them were lost to me, I didn't care about the divorce. I already had a plan for what I wanted to do if I was free, and I was going to do exactly what they wanted me to do. I was going to live on the wild side. From day one of being free, I was already traveling around in different countries. I experienced new things and met new people. Along the way, I met a girl that I really like, and she's now my traveling companion. Now I'm taking her all around the place, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I'm living the dream in comparison to what my ex-wife and son are going through. At the end of the day, they had no choice but to stick around with Blake. He was a really incompetent guy who liked to talk a lot but not really do much. They got to the point where Krista lost more respect for him than she did for me. No matter how much she nagged him, he just wouldn't be fazed by it. He had a laid-back way of just deflecting it and treating it as if it wasn't a problem. He was perfectly comfortable with his lifestyle. But Nick and Krista were not. Unfortunately, they don't have anywhere else to go, so they're just going to have to put up with that. They already know that I'm traveling the world now. I bet every day they're thinking about what I'm doing. They could have been a part of this. If my son hadn't listened to the poisonous words of his mother, we could have had a good relationship with each other. And hey, I've met someone amazing now on my journey. A partner that totally respects and enjoys my company. But I'd be having a lot more fun if I was with my son. If only he had treated me with the respect he used to when he was younger. He could be seeing the whole world with me.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe to see more videos like this in the future. See you next time!